Who is Radha? There's so much of confusion. So, what is the relationship between Radha and Krishna? Was she married to Krishna? Well, tell me one thing. Does God need to marry? So for God, it doesn't matter. You don't ask him, did you marry or did you not? But his relationship with Radha is way beyond that. It's a divine relationship. And what is that? Let's understand with depth. Naham prakashah sarvasya yogamaya samavritah Mudhoyam nabhijanati loko mamajamavyayam. I am not manifest to everyone, being veiled by my divine Yogamaya energy. Hence, those without knowledge do not know that I am without birth and changeless. Now, this is deep philosophy. And this gives us a little inkling into Radharani. So, who is Radha? There's so much of confusion. Was she married to Krishna? Was it an extramarital affair? What in the world was going on? And 5,000 years ago also they had these kind of extramarital affairs. Well, tell me one thing. Does God need to marry? We people are such misers that we force God to follow our rules. It's like a child telling the parents say, beta, it's your exam, you sit and study. Child says, Papa, you are sitting and watching the TV serial Kaun Banega Karodpati and you are making me study. Why don't you also study? Papa says, beta, when you come in my category, you sit and watch TV, but for you have to go by your category. Somebody who has graduated from the university, the laws of the university don't apply on that person. So the laws of dharma are for us souls who are under Maya. They are not for Mayapati, who is Bhagavan himself. Because whatever God does is for Jeev Kalyan, for the welfare of the souls. Otherwise you will question. Sri Krishna says, don't steal. Satyam vada dharmanchara. And he goes to the house of the gopis and steals butter. He is not following the rules himself. Because there's a difference. Whatever we do, we are motivated by self-interest. Hence these rules. God has no self-interest. Whatever he does is for human welfare. Hence, our dharma does not apply on him. Krishna knows that these gopis are 24 hours a day thinking, Krishna, Krishna, Krishna. When they are milking the cow, they are thinking Krishna, Krishna. When they are setting the yogurt, they are thinking Krishna, Krishna. When they are churning and extracting butter, I wish Krishna comes to my house and I can give him my butter. So Krishna says, I am sitting in your heart noting I am going to come. So because everything he does is for the welfare of the souls, our dharma does not apply on him. So for God, it doesn't matter. You don't ask him, did you marry or did you not? But his relationship with Radha is way beyond that. It's a divine relationship. And what is that? Let's understand with depth, not lightly. Oh, this spirituality should be taken with depth. Who is Radha? She is the Yoga Maya that Krishna is mentioning in this verse. Yoga Maya, the divine energy. So the relationship between Krishna and Radha is of the energetic and the energy. Such a beautiful understanding The Narad Pancharatra says, understand this whole world as different energies and the one energetic. Ekadesha sthitasyāgnir jyotsna vistarani yatha parasya brahmanah shaktis tathedam akhilan jagat. Like one sun is in one place and illuminating the whole solar system, similarly, there is one source of all energies, the Supreme Divine Personality, and His innumerable energies by which He is manifesting this world. And one of those energies is Maya, the material energy. This material energy, Maya, is the one from which everything is made. He referred to it in the previous verses, in the first half of the 17th chapter. This material energy, Maya. This is easy to understand. This is what science is delving with. It's looking into external matter. And then the souls, we souls. How do we understand us souls? So one understanding is we are the children of God. Right? The Vedas also say, Amritasya Vaiputra. You are the child of the Supreme Lord. But here the question arises that if I am the child of God, then I should have some resemblance to Him. He is Anand Sindhu, and I am devoid of bliss out here. Ari Baba, from an elephant child is born. From a bear child is born. You don't have humans giving birth to elephants and elephants giving birth to bears and bears giving birth to humans. So if we are God's children, we should be like God, but He is Mayatit and we are Mayadhin. He is omniscient and we are in ignorance. What kind of children are we? So Sri Krishna says, Arjun, Mamai Vansho. The soul is my little part. And as a little part, because it's a fragment of me, it is called my child. So it's a deeper understanding. We are fragments of God. But then, the deep thinkers will say, how come we are fragments of God? Is God like a piece of stone? You smashed Him with a sledgehammer and He broke into all these fragments. So, the answer is given with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. We are the energy of God. There is this Maya energy and there is the soul energy, the superior energy. He said that also in the previous first half of this chapter. You should study if this topic interests you. So we are the soul energy, the divine energy. But there is a third energy, and that is the one he has referred to in this verse, which is Yoga Maya. Yoga Maya is God's personal power, all powerful. It is by virtue of that Yoga Maya that He takes avatar. He says in the 4th chapter, Atma Maya, Arjuna, I am unborn, I am eternal. But with the help of my Yoga Maya, I take an avatar. So by that Yoga Maya, he says, Arjun, I am sitting inside you, but you have no perception of me. The doctor takes the stethoscope, take a deep breath, breathe more deeply. So the doctor also cannot hear God. He is not doing any khat-khut inside. He is covering himself by Yoga Maya. Nobody has a perception of him. This Yoga Maya is such a power. Everything inconceivable that God does is by it. When the first computer revolution was starting, somebody asked me in India, one student, Swamiji, which computer does God use to keep track of all our karmas. First of all, note them, keep account, dispense the results. Because computers were just becoming popular. So natural curiosity, which computer does God use? The computers are created from the material energy. They are products of Maya. For this kind of work, God uses Yoga Maya. So He keeps note of all the karmas. And He is keeping track of all the souls in creation. And doing all of this, He is not getting any tension. Now you people, you have 2-3 children in the world, right? Papu and Tinku? And you are in tension, oh my God. And God has got so many children. And one is a good child, one is saying God is an opiate of the masses, third says my God died young, and so many. There's one, somebody has written a book, Shashi Brata has written a book, my God died young, etc., etc. And God is taking care of all these children. And yet He has got no tension, He is in full bliss. So that power which enables it is Yoga Maya. And by that Yoga Maya, God manifests His divine abode, His divine pastimes. So this power is both formless and having a personal form. That's the amazing thing, that God's powers can also take on a personal form. Like, Ganga, right? But Ganga Devi also has the personal form. These Ved mantras are Gyan Shaktis, knowledge energies, but they also have personal forms. They meditated to participate in Krishna Leela. So Yoga Maya takes on the forms of Durga, Sita, Radha, Lakshmi, Kali, etc. They are all the personal manifestations of the divine energy. And hence, as the different forms of God are one, likewise the different energies, these Yogamaya Shaktis, they are also one. I was once traveling in an Indian train, and one padri, one priest came and sat in front of me. So I offered my respect because I saw him as a man of God. But he thought I was going to hell because I was not worshipping Jesus. So he started telling me a story. And he said, there was this boat. And one Hindu was crossing the river Ganga. And because a storm started brewing and the boat was tossing, so he began praying, "Oh Lord Shiv, please come and save me." So Lord Shiv was coming to rescue. In the meantime, he said, "It's taking time. Oh Mother Parvati, please come and save me." Before Lord Shiv could reach, so he started returning and Mother Parvati started coming. And before Parvati reached, he said, "Oh Ganesh, you please help me out." So Parvati returned. Now Ganesh was coming. In the meantime, the boat capsized and he drowned. On the other hand, there was this guy, one Christian, he was going across and he was about to drown, and he said, "Oh Jesus, please come and save me." So Jesus came and saved him. So he related his story and then he looked at me. So I said, "Padri ji, your story is very fascinating, but there's one problem here which you probably not paid attention to. Supposing there was one person who was drowning in the Mississippi and he said, 'Oh Jesus, save me.' And one who was drowning in the Thames and he said, 'Oh Jesus, save me.' And one who was drowning in the Ganga. Now whom will Jesus save out of the three of them? In our case, there's no problem. Shivji said, 'Parvati, you save that one. Ganesh, you save one.'" See, he joked with me, I joked back, right? But the point is that they are all different forms of the one God, right? God is all powerful. He can take as many forms as he likes. And likewise, the Yogamaya Shakti can also take as many forms. So Durga, Sita, Lakshmi, Kali are all different forms of the one God, of the one Yogamaya. That is why in the Brahma Vaivartak Puran, Sri Krishna is telling Radha, Yatha tvam radhika devi goloke gokule tatha vaikunte cha mahalakshmi bhavati cha saraswati bhavati bhartya lakshmischa kshiro dashaina priya kapilasya priya kanta bharate bharati sati dwaravatyam mahalakshmi bhavati rukmini sati tvam sita mithilayancha tvachhaya draupadi sati ravanena rita tvancha ramasya kamini. Oh Sita, oh Radha, these are all your different forms. So, what is the relationship between Radha and Krishna? It's the relationship between the energetic and the energy, the Shaktiman and the Shakti. They are eternally one. Can you separate the whiteness from the milk? Impossible. Likewise, Radha and Krishna are one. So, this is the simultaneous oneness and distinction. Bheda bhed. So, we say there is Advait, but in the Advait is infinite variety. Now, the Radha form has got some specialties in the ras. She is the loving form of Yogamaya. See, the mother has got her different forms. Every child knows the angry form of the mother. You know, nowadays it's not allowed to beat children, but the seniors amongst us have all been nicely beaten up as little children. One child was going home and he was thinking, my mother will be there and she will take me in her lap and she will shower her affection on me. But when she reached home, the mother was in a different mood. She had a stick in her hand and she was beating his brother. This child thought, oh my God, Pappu thought Tinku is really getting it. I better slip into my bedroom and mummy's mood is all right, I'll come and speak to her. So likewise, there's one form of the mother where she's killing the Rakshasas, etc. You know, this is her Kali form, she's also the Divine Mother. But the form that really attracts the child is the loving form. In her Radha form, she's not concerned with killing of demons. Let Kali and Durga take care of that. I will only participate in the loving pastimes and share that love with all the devotees. So, in bhakti, the position of the Divine Mother becomes very important. Pitu, Shatuguna Mata Vandya Pujyam Gariyasi. Even in the world, it's because of the mother's love and the sacrifice that the mother's position is more important than the father. That's why you see the Mother's Day is more celebrated than the Father's Day, right? In the divine realm also, the knowers of bhakti say that the grace we are going to get it from the mother. She is more compassionate. She is more kind-hearted and more generous. And hence this bhakti I'll get by the grace of Radharani. The people say, why do you say Radhe Radhe? If we say Krishna Krishna, then you'll say, why do you say Krishna Krishna? Well, the whole thing is not Radhe Radhe. Radhe Radhe Sham se mila de. Oh Divine Mother, please bless me and help me meet the Divine Father. That they are worshipped together. Understand them as one. Yeyam Radha Yashcha Krishno Rasabdher Dehe Naikah Kridanartham Dvidha Bhut. Kripaluji Maharaj starts his Bhakti Shatak. Joi Radha Soi Krishna hai, inme bhed na maan. He who is Radha is also Krishna. He who is Krishna is also Radha. So don't think they are different. Ek hai ladini shakti aru, shaktiman ek jaan. So, seeing them as one, you either worship both of them, or you say, my mind is attracted to Krishna, okay. My mind is attracted to Radha, okay. But never say, one is good and the other is bad. That kind of distinction becomes odious.